Hi everyone, Niall here from Dynamic Events. We've prepared a short, reeling in the years style documentary that captures our first 12 months of providing online team building and social experiences that have helped keep employees engaged and entertained while they're all working apart. So sit back, enjoy, and thanks as always for your support. It's greatly appreciated. We've been in business for 25 years now, providing team building and event management services to the corporate market. Now, we haven't been online for 25 years obviously, but we have been using technology for a number of years, which put us in a great position 12 months ago when the pandemic first became apparent to adapt to our customers' needs, to provide kind of online social experiences, team building events to help keep colleagues connected while everyone was working apart.
Coming into the beginning of the year, we were in great shape. Our books were really strong, and due to the coronavirus, everything that we had on our books either got cancelled or postponed.
We're in the middle of a global and national emergency, a pandemic, the likes of which none of us have seen before. Large public gatherings are cancelled, and we've asked people to curtail or cancel social gatherings, like parties, weddings and other celebrations. This may mean changing how you do your business.
I think I ran up to Niall and Rich and I was like, whoa, our first event's just been cancelled because of this.
And very quickly, within a week, all of our bookings were wiped.
And like that, our calendar, one by one, each event turned red. It kind of happened overnight, to be honest.
I'd say quite a difficult time for us. We didn't know where we sat.
I guess from then on in, it was kind of, from March onwards, it was a lot of scrambling. Okay, so what do we have that can turn into an online event?
Traditionally, we obviously provide events in a face-to-face environment with, crowds of people, outdoors, indoors, so we had to come up with some sort of solution where we could still provide that kind of employee engagement, if you like, but in a more safe way, and the only way to do that was to bring our services online. So we identified that we had technology, so when you combine the great team with the technology, we kind of had a new product that we could develop fairly quickly and get it to market. We spent time creating some products with the help of our technology partners in the UK, Wild Goose Events. We developed a number of products and sold our first event, I think, in April. So it was a slow start over the summer, but the goal of our events are always about human connection, and that's what we've been able to deliver using different technologies in order to provide maximum engagement. We were bringing new products to the market, so we had to educate the market in terms of what was out there.
Firstly, we started contacting anyone that we had worked with the previous year and kind of telling them about our virtual events, getting the word out there that this is something that we can offer. And then once we started getting a couple of inquiries in, then we were offering free demos so that people could get to understand what these events were actually about, because even now, 12 months on, it's still quite a new experience.
The learning curve for all of us was just absolutely incredible.
It was a bit of a learning curve, yeah, but when you've got the support of colleagues and that around you who have all been working online, and we all just helped each other out.
Everybody came back in, adapted incredibly well, and in some cases exceptionally well. You just wouldn't believe that these same people were able to do the stuff that we were asking them to do now.
We obviously had to have our premises, COVID friendly. I did a compliance COVID course, so I became the compliance officer for Dynamic Events. I also implemented the process here in the office and likewise in any vehicles that we would use in.
We did get a nice little bit of coverage during that time. It started off, I think, with an interview with Richard in the Sunday Times, which was a great piece of coverage. That led to more coverage in terms of an interview on Ireland AM. Virgin Media were doing an incredible backing business campaign.
Up this morning is Dynamic Events, which now provides virtual team building activities to help workers stay connected while working from home.
We're in the business right now of delivering events, and we've got turnover, which is quite unusual in these particular times.
I did a couple of interviews on some blogs and websites.
As you know, every week we have our Schumpeter slot. We're trying to focus on and tell the story of and actually tell the world about companies that have managed to change in the face of COVID. This week we have a company called Dynamic Events. I have Niall O'Connor of Dynamic Events on the line. Niall, how are you?
So we're now providing virtual events, virtual team building events, just to help that kind of workers to stay connected while they work from home.
And tell me, how is it going for you? How's the switch gone?
It's going really well. It's been difficult. We've done in the region of over 30 events since lockdown.
You know, a lot of companies were doing these kind of DIY Zoom quizzes, so we had to add a level of professionalism to that. We converted our warehouse, obviously that was full of event materials for face-to-face events, so we actually built out a number of broadcasting webcast booths that our presenters could have their own space with all the equipment that they need in order to deliver a professional online experience for our customers.
We got things like waiting rooms, Zoom backgrounds, we had intro music, background music.
But we also had to think of contingency plans, as in what happens if the internet goes down. That means our events shut down. So we made a decision that we would invest in separate broadband lines, so one goes down, another one kicks in automatically, so there's no disruption whatsoever. We also made the decision to create backup power, so we have generators in place where we can switch across the power in a matter of seconds. We have a number of different categories of events that we might provide. So we have pure fun and social events, the likes of our virtual away day, around the world challenge, team socials, disco bingo online. These more focus on much more kind of collaboration tasks like photo and video challenges. Then we have escape themed games, so we have about 6 different escape themed events which focus more on code cracking and riddles. We have learning and development programs as well, which focus much more on the behavioural aspects of virtual teamwork.
Hi everybody, thank you for taking the time to join us today. You're very welcome to the Around the World Challenge.
And it slowly started to grow legs. We went from maybe doing 1 or 2 events a week to kind of snowballing, and I think I remember by June we did possibly 17 events in a week, which we thought was quite phenomenal. But then as the summer went on, and then we were kind of still restricted to within certain distances and so on, social distancing, the online events kept growing and growing and growing.
It's also then opened up some bigger opportunities with organisations in Europe that might not even have a presence in Ireland.
I am Yannis Koutroulis, working for Otec Group in Greece, a senior leadership consultant for Global HRD. We were looking for a supplier that would help us implement something that was never done before. A supplier we can trust, with expertise that they can lead us. From the very beginning, we were looking for something that would be innovative, quite fresh, because we had several massive online courses and similar formats, and we saw that people were tired of it. So the idea was to have something that would be funny, gamified, a little bit of competition, and a light learning format. The experience is great. It's really great. Our team is really your ambassadors, guys. We are promoting you as a very reliable supplier, and I'm sure that you will have a lot of requests from our entire footprint. We are a global organization, and I really hope that we will have the chance to work again in the future.
My name is Nylonlachlan. I'm a caricature artist. I do online workshops and caricatures. Well, I guess like everybody, I didn't even know what Zoom was. When I came on with Dynamic, you know, it was like, do you think this will work? And it did work, and it continues to work. In fact, it works better than the real world. To come out here at 12 o'clock at night to be doing stuff for Canada and America and stuff, that was never possible before.
Do you send the stuff to home, or do you have to have stuff at home?
Well, that's
yourself?
it. I work, there's a number of companies I used to work with when there were events and outdoor and all of that, but now they're online. So I still work with these people, you know, and I'm doing this online juggling challenge mainly with a company called Dynamic Events. And they're really good at outdoor events, so they switched to doing online ones.
Biggest event, probably a 650 person disco bingo. That was a big one, it was. Is more so the interaction that we got. It's a very different experience having that amount of people online than it is in a live environment. It's more daunting online, it is.
Then later in the year, we got a great piece on the 6-1 News.
But some companies have come up with novel ways to celebrate the festive season.
What we've seen is kind of a mini boom in the last number of weeks with the online party experiences or online team events. People can't have their usual face-to-face Christmas parties down in the pubs this Christmas, so they have to do something different. And what we're doing is we're providing an outlet for that where, you know, they can get together, they can have a good time with their workmates, they can have a few drinks at home, socially distanced, but also get to know each other a little bit better and have loads of fun together.
It was actually a lot more fun than I kind of anticipated it to be. You kind of forget that it's over Zoom just when you actually get into it and get to see everyone's face.
Our normal Christmas would be building grottos. It'd also be doing the Christmas kind of party, you know, nights.
Christmas was absolutely hectic and amazing and crazy and all of that. We worked crazy hours and we hosted a huge amount of events with so many attendees.
She could have hypothermia out in that snow.
Yeah, the feedback has been fantastic from our clients, from all the events we've done.
There's a company actually called Dynamic Events, and recently they did a great job running an online event for us, breaking us all into teams and getting us to do fun challenges over Zoom. And it really was well run and it was very good fun.
So in terms of where we're at now, we've delivered over 1,000 online events to nearly 48,000 participants. And we've been lucky enough to work with some of the world's biggest organisations, both home and abroad, from a broad range of industries. The special thing about online events is that we can connect people globally, all online, all at the same time, from different locations.
We've opened up a whole new world and we haven't even discovered half it yet.
In this time, in this world that we live in, this very strange, weird, wonderful world we live in, is we all need a bit of happiness.
I'd like to say a huge thank you to the team here at Dynamic Events, our wonderful customers and suppliers for making this a defining year. We look forward to bringing you some really exciting new virtual, hybrid and in-person events in the coming years.
Thank you.